I don't care what you look like or your skin color. If you're here with me today, you are my sister and my brother. When I say George, you say Floyd. George, 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 Dennis, you just swore in front of all these people that already know what you're doing, that you ain't gonna stop. You gonna stand with us? I don't care what your religion is now. I don't care what church you go to, who your pastor is, even if you don't believe in God. You gonna stand with these people? Then take that little beautiful bike over there and you gonna sit down. Everybody give it up for your brother. That's your brother Dennis right there, man. When y'all see him riding his bike down the street, get out the way. What's your name, big bro? Graham? I love you, Graham. I do.
I love everybody here.
Come on, Graham. No. You don't get to come on stage, Graham. It don't work like that. You my brother, but you ain't that type of brother. Come here. Come on. I'm just messing with you, Graham. You can't come on stage, though, but just stand right here.
I work out for my legs. Come on.
So, I just have a question for everybody. Who here has experienced injustice in your life? Maybe you've experienced the injustice of racism. Maybe you've experienced the injustice of a father not being there for you, or a loving family. Maybe you've experienced the injustice of sexual assault or verbal abuse. We've all experienced injustice. And when I went to Cup Foods and saw where George Floyd died, his blood is crying out to us today. That injustice is crying out to us today. But I feel the answer to this solution is that we've all experienced different injustices, and I believe that Jesus experienced the greatest injustice. That he took all of our injustices upon him on the cross. He took all of our brokenness, he took all of our sin, he took all of our junk upon him so that we could be healed and that we could be whole. And I just feel that if I have any message for anybody today, it's that God loves you so much. He loves you so much that he gave his entire life for you. He gave his entire life for every injustice that's been done to you. He gave his entire life for every sin that we've personally committed towards other people. But I'm going to be honest with you today. Me and my brothers, two white guys, two black guys, we flew up from Los Angeles yesterday because we said we can't be silent anymore. We have to go, we have to be with the people. And in this process, as a white man, I want to let you know that I'm discovering ways that I've been a part of the injustice. I'm discovering ways that my thinking has led me astray. And I'm turning from that reality. I'm turning from even those unconscious prejudices that I didn't even know I had. And I'm turning into the solution, and the solution is Jesus. Because the reality is, we all have sinned. We've all fallen short of God's perfect standard. Whether we've committed, we've lied, or we've stolen, or we've spoken badly about our brother and sister. The root problem of racism and injustice is sin. And Jesus paid a high cost so that we could experience life in him. And I just want to pray for everybody, but before I do, I just want to ask you, that if right now you feel even Jesus is knocking on the door of your heart and he's saying, would you let me into your injustice? Would you let me into your pain? Would you let me into your brokenness? Would you let me heal your life? Because God created you for relationship. He created you for friendship. But when we sinned, we turned our back to God and we began to lead our own lives. But God loved us so much that when Jesus came to the earth and he died for our sin, he took that payment that was rightfully ours to be separated from his presence. But when he rose again from the dead, he proved that he has separates us from God. He has power over death. He has power over sin. He has power over racism. He has power over injustice. And today I believe that Jesus is knocking on the door of your heart. And the only way that you can let him in is the handles on the inside. And he's saying, would you let me in? And would you let me heal you? Would you let me forgive you? Would you let me make you a brand new person? Because I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm getting hit with the reality that George Floyd, his death did not go void. George Floyd's death speaks right now. It's speaking all across America. George Floyd's death is crying out. And in the same way, Jesus' death is crying out for a purpose. It's crying in ways George Floyd died for people here today. He died for a reason.
So this is
And Jesus' reason that he died was for you and for me. And so right now, under the sound of my voice, you might be understanding, oh my goodness, he died for me. It's not just about religion, but it's about relationship. And tonight, today, in the middle of the day, in the middle of this brokenness, I believe that God wants to come in and heal hearts. And so I just want to ask, just really quickly, I'm going to pray, but would everybody just close your eyes? And if you're here today and you feel that maybe you've just known about Jesus, but you don't know him. You don't know him as a friend. You don't know him as a brother. That today you recognize, okay, I'm a part of him. And the only way that I can is finding Jesus and finding him. And today
I think that's it for now.
I want to open my whole life. Would you come and fill me with your forgiveness?